Greetings, YouTube. This has been the style of pouch I've been using for years. It's a 90 Eyes brand. I don't remember the specific name, and it's really worn out. As you can tell, significantly worn out. I mean, there's a hole here. It's just been beaten. I've worn it out. I've definitely gotten my main use out of this. And one of the things you'll notice right here is that there are two zip ties here, and I use these zip ties to lock the pouch onto a belt loop. So I'll pass the belt loop through here or here depending on which type of pants I'm wearing, because the layout of belt loops is not universal, so they do vary from pants to pants. So sometimes I want the belt loop here and sometimes I want it here because I don't want to be blocking either of the front or back pocket too much. But I've been using this for years, and I've been carrying it with a multi-tool here, a pen here, and my flashlight here. And down here in this pouch I would have like a striker, a sparker, things like that, usually down here in this section. So I decided I wanted to try something that had a better system, because this is just a clip, and I've actually had one of these fail on me. This is the fourth or fifth one of these I think I've used over the years. I actually have another one. I picked up two when I bought this one, just in case. And so I wanted something that had a better back belt system, and I was looking for one that would maybe let me carry a bit driver, because this one really didn't have that kind of room. I also, by the way, I also carried a card in here, which I will show you in a minute. So, oops, look at that, dust. This is what I decided to go with. Now this is a larger pouch. It's got two pockets as opposed to the one. It's got an external pen carrier, so that's very handy. Literally very handy. I find this very useful. It has an external pocket, which I think originally for phones, it's a little on the small side now for a lot of phones. I don't know if I could actually get my phone in there or not. I might be able to, but I don't carry my phone that way. I don't carry it at work at all. And I tend to wear cargo pants on the weekends, and it's in my bag when I'm not using it at work. So this I've just mostly been using as a dump for my keys. And this is the pouch I am currently using, because again the other one is beat, and I don't want to continue to wear a beat pouch. So this is the real reason I wanted this. This has a built-in MOLLE system. These two are integral straps. They come down here, and they pass. I could pass them through any of these different straps, horizontal straps, so you can get different kinds of options. And this is the perfect size for my belt. And because of this gap, I can lock the belt loop between here, and it is incredibly secure. So there's no side-to-side motion and release, much less than there was on this. And you do get a little bit of lift this way, but you got a little bit of lift on that one as well, because again, that was just a piece of plastic. And I've had one of these break. And since I'm wearing this, I actually got this caught on something and had one of these pop open, but the other one didn't. And it's super simple just to slip it back in and snap it back into place, and you're good to go. And if you need to, you can pop these off and slip off a pouch without having to take your belt off, which is also handy. It has a little loop here, and this came with a carabiner. I think the idea being is you could hook this on and hang it off of something. That's not what I'm going to do. I got this in camo pattern. At the time, it was the one that was the cheapest. I don't know quite why. I don't know if this has a brand name. I've seen this on Amazon under a number of different sellers, and it seems to be pretty common nowadays. You can get it in numerous different colors. So in the back pocket, I am carrying a card, the striker I mentioned earlier, and some fish line. And the reason I'm carrying the fish line, and I just had the fish line on a piece of plastic that I've cut into a wrap with slots so that the line is, caught in place so it's not going to go anywhere, is that, well, fish line in and of itself can be useful, but I carry a donut-shaped neodymium magnet in my front pocket anyway, and with this would let me fish my keys out of a drain or from, something where I can't reach. This would be useful. Okay, and this is a Swiss card, which I have reviewed on here. Here, at the moment, it's being held in place with a piece of Electrical tape, I often also use a rubber band. I'm probably thinking of replacing that. I had put it on there because one night the rubber band broke on me and I was in a wicked hurry and didn't have time to cut a new one, and so I just zip tied it in place. And you can see it's been on in my pocket for a bit, and it's on a piece of steel here, steel plating, because I've actually had one of these break on me because it was in that front section, and being exposed to the, the damaging motions of the world, it broke. So now I carried it with this on the outside, and the card is unharmed. Now the only disadvantage of this particular way of carrying is I can't use the magnifying glass, but it also keeps it very safe. And if I want to use a magnifying glass, it's not hard to access that. I love my little credit card. So that's what I'm carrying in the back. Other than that, it's a big spot. And I can technically squeeze my phone in there, though it is going to be on the tight side. I've tried it. And then up in the front, we have my multi-tool, a flashlight, and the bit driver I mentioned. Now, this is a new addition to my kit, and I haven't figured out which bits I want to carry yet. I will be figuring that out eventually. I'll probably be keeping the 2 Phillips and the 2 straight heads, and I'm going to figure out which of the Torx is the best ones, and I'll be using the security Torx because why not? It doesn't matter whether you're carrying a security Torx or not a security Torx, because if you have a security bit, this is perfect. If you don't have a security bit, a security fastener, these will still work. And this is a from Victorinox as well. This is a replacement not a bit driver from one of their more advanced kits. I don't have that particular setup, but I do have this because it was handy. And this is from another tool, just because it's convenient and it's it's a good size for holding bits. I think I'm going to want to pick up I think I already have one, a 5/32 hex head, and I can't remember the other one. I actually know what the number is. I have it at work, because those are the 2 most common hex heads I encounter. I think it's the one that's designed for a 1/4-20 bolt. I think that's the one I need. But regardless, now to get that to work, I had to make. Let me get it out of here. There we go. I had to make an interior divider. Now this interior divider is pretty much a prototype. It's made out of thin plastic. This plastic here is from a soft folder, like a 3-ring binder. I love this stuff. It's very easy to work with. It's wicked cheap. I picked these things up at like yard sales for $1/4, so it cost me nothing. And this current one is just being held together with some reinforced packing tape, so it's not going anywhere. And these 2 sections here are just held in place on here, so they're kind of a U, but that gives me the space for my multi-tool, my flashlight, and my bit driver, plus a little bit more space in there in case I ever want to add anything. I have not decided to add anything yet, though I have contemplating putting a Sharpie in there, because Sharpies are darn handy. They really are. So this was important to me, because otherwise this is going to be a big open spot. It does have a secondary pocket in here, and a big, which means all of my gear would be slopping around, bumping into each other, and getting out of place, and which would drive me nuts. Now, disadvantages to this particular pouch is these zippers are not movable. They only go in one direction. They are not doubled. So if you have this on your pouch, this one's always going to be in back, and that one's always going to be in the front if they're closed, and I don't want them there. I want both of them in the back. I want to have very little things to catch on as I'm moving. And that's another problem with this. This is just waiting to catch on things when you're moving past objects. So I have already ordered another pouch to replace this one, because I have decided that this pouch does not meet my need. It's too big, because I have my tools here on the outside of the 2 pouches, because they don't fit on the inside. This extra weight, so it flops around all over the place. It is too thick. I don't need this here at all. So the new one I've ordered is going to be a little bit more compact, and it has a flat face. It doesn't have an external pocket with a strap like this does. But as an experiment, this is not a horrible design, and I'm probably going to keep this around, because I may still find a use for it as, strap it onto another piece of gear, or maybe turn it into a shoulder sling if I want to, which would not be difficult to do just by, adding a strap to it. So I'm glad I have it, and it's what I'm currently using, because the other one's damaged and old, but I really do need a better design. So I've already ordered one, so hopefully in the near future you'll be seeing that one, and I'm hoping it works better.